What's going on, guys? Zeiad here from Between the Lines YouTube channel. Welcome to not another episode, but this is just a separate episode reacting to the United Arsenal game and the Barcelona Real Madrid game that happened over the weekend. There was no Premier League this weekend, and having two Premier League fans in our kind of conversation, I was like, let's just wait it out till Thursday, I believe, because Tuesday, Wednesday are the games, and we'll talk more about what happened over the week. But I'm joined here with Moe and Wassim. How are you guys doing?
Smiling, grinning from ear to ear.
Not Wassim, right? Wassim, you're not
Oh, the
smiling?
misery.
Listen, you listen to United at home can do that to anyone, so
Listen.
definitely a lot to
I
talk
missed the
about.
game overall, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Wassim was getting his, what were you doing? I forgot you told me.
CPR and first aid certificate.
Yes,
It's been
sir. Wasim is a future cop, so if you see him, I would say run. Don't call him, run. That's what I would say.
you're putting the pressure. La hawla. I will crumble like my team.
What's in there's expectations now?
There's no crumbling.
Now I'm gonna collapse like my team. La hawla.
Yeah, so future cop here is going to talk about obviously Arsenal United, which will be our first game. A lot to say and a lot to talk about. Honestly, some of us didn't really expect United to go through, especially Arsenal being at home. But Wasim, I'll start you off. What do you think of the game?
Man, he wants to start with the negatives. We could have started with a positive of your team, but okay.
Yeah, but I like going off
Get
the
it out of the way.
days. Yeah, like talk shit
Let's get
about
the
some.
sadness.
Yeah,
Listen, overall, I think I predicted like a 2-1 Arsenal, but I said that we're most likely going to labor to this if we even get 2-1.
Mm. Why do you think
Overall,
labor though? Why do you
the
think
reason
labor?
why is our team is lacking two things right now: pace and like finishing. Which overall, with like injuries, whatever, the team is just not constructed well. And like the thing is, you can copy and paste what I just said for the Newcastle game. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah,
it was like I think the Newcastle games times 5 because we actually had like
a lot of chances.
a gazillion more chances to finish. Like I've watched the highlights,
Yeah,
and overall, I'm like, listen. Havertz had his Giroud game against Monaco, so it's okay. You know, I didn't dump Giroud after that. I was still a Giroud fanboy.
yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah.
But overall, this was like a team loss. At the end of the day, Sterling is like was playing. I felt like he was wearing like warehouse shoes. Um,
Ankle weights.
Moreno is just like honestly a tractor. Someone said something, and I was like, you know what? Fact. He's like a referee. He's like tracking the play, but he's not there.
What am I hearing?
And then the front three overall, like, listen, Havertz had his chances, he missed. Declan Rice, I couldn't believe he missed that.
Yeah, I can't believe he missed that.
Trossard came on, had good chances, missed.
What's
Odegaard at the end of the day had a penalty, he missed it.
what's
So it's like,
can,
at
can we
the end of the
can
day,
we stop here?
Havertz
Just
overall could
the
have had his
Havertz.
shit game, and we still could have went through. At the end of the day, our entire front line is a joke right now, overall.
It is a joke, but what I want to say about the point with Giroud and Havertz, at least Giroud looked like a striker, because Havertz, when he receives the ball inside the box, it feels like he doesn't know what to do with it or doesn't feel comfortable with it. For example, Arsenal had maybe 2 times where they gave the ball to Havertz in the box, where honestly, in my opinion, a good striker would have touched it and banked it. I feel it takes too long with the ball. And again, I'm not blaming him
I'm not
fully.
comparing them. I'm just saying it was
Yeah.
that game like for him. Like
I
I'm
know,
not
no.
comparing
The
two players.
only reason I don't see that is because I'm saying that Havertz looks unnatural. Like he's not gonna be like Giroud, for example. Maybe next game he'll score a hat trick, maybe, and that's possible because he's a normal striker. But Havertz to me is not even a striker. So like putting him in
Well,
these
the
positions
thing
is a waste.
listen. I defended Havertz before, but I still said in the summer we need a striker, regardless of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
I still rate Havertz, but I still said we needed a striker.
Yeah,
So like, it's not like I said let's go into the season with Jesus and Havertz.
yeah.
Plus, it looks like Jesus did his ACL, so that's him out for like the next 5 months,
Jeez,
6 months,
man.
whatever,
Yeah.
or like pretty much the end of the season. So, funnily enough, we're going to the North London Derby now with Sterling, Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard. What an iconic front four, by the way. The only fit front four people we have.
It's gonna be a scary game.
But it's more of the same. Honestly, the team is just missing pace in midfield. Like, the midfield was just slow today overall. The only good thing about Arsenal, honestly, is the back four.
Yeah.
Raya was... I listen, the
Penalty?
was hilarious.
Oh
I don't know
my
what he was
God.
doing, but I'm not getting on like a keeper. It should have not even went to penalties, but
Yeah.
the penalty, it looked like delay on FIFA. I just don't know what he was doing.
No, I agree.
But yeah, it was like there's nothing more to say because it was like the Newcastle over like times 5. That's it. Like we had more chances. I know like people said like United did something, but honestly, like the game is what I expected it. We have been like slow, kind of like rubbish. Both teams are ass. So like this up to like the red card, the game was like 50-50. Okay, maybe either team was scored. After the red card, we had
Yeah.
all the chances. I don't think they defended well. We just simply missed because at the end of the day, another day it could have been like, based on the chance we had, it could have been 5-1. I don't think they personally defended well. I
Yeah.
think the loss is more on us than United playing well.
Yeah.
But that's my.
No. Yeah, I agree. No, nothing about Havertz. You've been quiet.
I have a lot to say, but
What's
I'm just
going
trying
on?
to like think so I can make it very effective and not like random. But like yeah, honestly, like you said, Ziad, it's like he doesn't belong in the box. He doesn't belong outside the box. I don't know where he belongs. But what's it called? Like the thing with Wassim, I understand defending your player. I had him on my club and I defended him. But honestly, at the end of the day, for Chelsea at least, I'll say he scored important goals. Like you guys say, he scored the Champions League goal. And Havertz never felt pressure at Chelsea. I tell you that right now. Like he scored a Club World Cup final goal, a penalty, 120th minute. He scored in shootouts in the FA Cup, in the League Cup, in the league. I've never seen him miss. Today was the first time I've seen it get into Havertz's head. Like the United players were targeting him.
Yeah, I saw that after the penalty.
You saw that?
Odegaard missed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like they were just jumping on him and it got to his head. And what I wanted to say is like, yeah, Wassim, you can defend him, but at the end of the day, 100% you want to see your team win a trophy. And sadly, you won't win a trophy with Havertz or Jesus, which I know you already know.
No, but listen, I agreed with you. I said we need a striker regardless in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was like against improving. At the end of the day, I think like here's the thing: we didn't even get him as a striker, so that's the funny part. But
Yeah.
Jesus was fucking dog shit,
Yeah.
and then he moved Havertz because Jesus didn't score for like 15 games. So it was let's put you. But you would think if that was I got him for midfield, I'm gonna get a striker maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't get a striker.
Didn't
so
get a
here we
striker.
are in the same boat from last year.
But Wassim, even if you got him as a left back, we shot on Maguire last week for missing that chance that Xerxes gave back to him, like the cutback. Havertz missed 2 even more open chances. And even if you guys got him as a midfielder, this guy missed chances in the box. Like the second one, I have no words for it. But this is Havertz. The first one, I'll say, whatever.
Did you see?
yeah, and then-
did you see the pass that Garnacho gave Bruno? Like for the goal,
Yeah.
I like that goal. The cutback. I was thinking about the bounce. It actually bounced, and Bruno hit it nicely.
Yeah, I know.
He
And
hit
I
it nicely.
guess this is what I expected of Maguire. Like to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
at least down. But
Yeah.
Maguire's Maguire. But I guess same problem for Arsenal. You don't have a striker, and it's funny because it shows you the only trophy Arteta won, which was the FA Cup, was with the quote.
No. This is what I want to talk to you. I do not want to hear Aubameyang because I heard this by the way on Twitter. This is the funniest thing by the way. Aubameyang just because
Oh my.
he was a fanboy with some of these characters on Twitter. They love him by the way.
Oh,
They will
Wassim,
not
you won
speak
an FA Cup with
about
him.
Aubameyang for like. By the way, why did Aubameyang get dumped? Because he literally signed for 350k by the way, and went from like because I rated Aubameyang before, but for a full year after he signed the contract, dropped 0 out of 10 consistently
Yeah.
by the way. And by the way, strikers miss by the way. I won't defend Havertz for this game because I accepted that. He had like a Giroud game, he dropped a stinker. There's nothing to defend. I will defend his overall kind of game for performance for Arsenal because I think he was finishing like he won more trophies at Chelsea, but performance-wise, I think he improved the Arsenal. But Aubameyang, and this is like what threw me more was the fans, by the way, because they shit on players. Their attitude is so funny. They don't like the signing at the beginning. He settles eventually and does well. They don't say anything. They're like, this is what I expect from a player. Then they gradually shit on him, drops a stinker. See, look what I told you. People don't know how to like support.
That's
players
Twitter.
or,
Yeah,
like,
that's
support
Twitter.
Their teams.
No,
Yeah.
but
It's
my
just
point
for
with
clicks.
my point with Aubameyang isn't about Aubameyang. My point about Aubameyang is like Arsenal clearly needed a striker because the only last time you guys won a trophy which was the FA Cup was with Aubameyang, and the best part is he actually scored in the FA Cup final. So like if the board don't see this, I don't know who the fuck will see this. At the end of the day, you need a striker to put balls in the back of the net. But again, yes, Havertz's performance has improved. Havertz maybe as a player improved, but did the team improve? No. So again, like you have to look at Arteta. What the fuck was that signing? Like you profiling him as a number 8 is criminal, and then moving up to a striker is even more criminal because you saw how he performed at Chelsea in a
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't know why he put him as a
again, a lot
striker.
of this is on Arteta.
Yeah, it's on Arteta, and I listen. At the end of the day, I actually don't think Arteta should be someone that would do, like. I don't want the fans to be like, "Oh, Arteta out." That's not a reasonable take.
Hmm.
But you could
Oh, you should
criticize
have
him.
seen,
I know.
seen
I
Twitter
see it. I see it.
the last 2 days.
I've
But
been
for
seeing it.
me with Arteta, I won't blame Arteta for like the last two games because the Newcastle maybe because like I thought honestly it was a 50-50 game and maybe we missed like two clear-cut chances. They had like their two clear-cut chances. They took it, we didn't, so it was like that. I won't even blame Arteta for this game because the players
No.
did enough for to win this game. Like I'll blame Arteta for the overall. And here's the thing: if I know who's in charge of transfers at this club,
Yeah.
I will put a lot of blame on them.
Yeah.
So I can put like, if I know Arteta was in charge of all the signings, I'll put blame on him for like 80% of
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
failures in the transfers. I just don't know who is.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I'll blame
assuming Arteta is getting the choice to pick because of how successful he's been. So I'm assuming the last 2 years you're the one that's picking. So going off that
Because
assumption, but it's an assumption, so I don't
if
want to
you
do
go
that.
from because yeah, like for me, if you go from Cisco to Nico Williams, then end up with Sterling, there is no way that was your first choice,
Yeah.
second choice, and I'm like Sterling was your third choice. It has to have been like 10th choice.
Yeah.
For me, I think overall, it's like at the end of the day, it's recruitments. Like the players that we've got recently, okay, like Zinchenko and Jesus, they were good signing for the first year.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, City didn't want them. It's not like, oh, we're poaching a player that was like, oh, peaking.
Yeah.
No, we just got two players that they at that one. They hit it off the first year. Now get rid of both.
Yeah.
Havertz, for example, we did get him, but Chelsea didn't want to keep him. And same thing with Sterling, they didn't want him, so we ended up getting him. Trossard, when we got him, sure he was good, but we got him because he got on a follow with the Zerbi, and that's when we got him. It
Yeah.
seems like we're not getting players when they're at like getting to their peak or their peak. And like this transfer window in the summer is like the what's is the result of this. I think this was just at the end of this for this season, honestly, just see how far you can go in Champions League.
Yeah.
The farther, the better. You just need to maintain top four because honestly, this season is going nowhere. The team will not recuperate. Even if we get a striker, not having Saka for the next 3 months is deadly because he is the only efficient from the front
Attack.
8 players we have. He was like
Oh
he's
my
a
God.
constant like almost 30 goal, get close to 30 goals and assists.
Yeah.
Odegaard's number have vanished. Trossard and Martelli are non-existent.
Yeah.
Havertz is and like Jesus is just not, and he's out pretty much. So it's like it's nothing there at the end of the day. So it's just gonna be continuing. It's just gonna have to count on Gabriel. Honestly, get a center back, put Gabriel up front. We'll see what happens.
Better striker than Havertz.
Let's say that about Marcus Alonso.
But
My man at this point has 20 goals for the club. Let's see if he can rack up.
I was gonna ask, would
Well,
you
yo,
what?
the reason-
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason I'm saying Havertz, the reason I'm saying Arteta is like has a big part to blame. Even sure, like you can't say directly this game or the Newcastle game, whatever. But why he's a big reason is I'm pretty sure we all can agree that he had a big part to play in bringing Havertz to the club, and full well knowing his wages, which is probably around like 270 280k a week, which is what like 15 million a year. So 15 million a year over 4 years, you're spending like 70 million on a player. Plus, 70 million in 4 years you're spending on a player plus his fee that he demanded, which was what
Yeah.
like you guys bought him for 60 million. So Arteta did decide to put money on a player. He spent that much on one player rather than maybe getting a true striker. Why? All because he thought he can go into the season with Jesus, and Jesus was gonna carry the front line, and Havertz was gonna play in an 8. So a big we do have to say a big reason Arsenal are where they are and they're struggling in the games is because of Arteta's decision making 2 seasons ago. So all to me it all relates back to that.
Yeah, I can see that. But what do you guys think about the refereeing today or yesterday? I know like the
Yo.
penalty call was horrible.
Honestly,
The penalty call was overall, honestly, the penalty call is suspect. But here's the thing: if people don't want VAR, this is gonna be the result of it.
Yeah.
So it's like my issue with VAR is that the people that are using it are like
Yeah, exactly.
idiots.
I've always had that issue, the same issue. It's
But-
always the people.
But
The
for
people.
the yellow cards, United are deluded. By the way, they were like hacking, kicking, complaining, yelling at the
Yeah.
ref. By the way,
Yeah.
all the yellow cards were deserved. The only thing they could maybe argue about is that Bruno Fernandes like didn't get a foul, but he yelled at the ref and got a yellow. Sure, but all the other yellows and Ugarte getting it at people's like on a yellow, by the way, all trying to headbutt players. Listen, they got what they got.
Yeah.
But the penalty, yeah, sure. But at the end, we didn't score.
Yeah, I agree.
But
The
that's an
penalty.
issue with VAR, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I think the penalty was a bad call. I think that deserved the red. It might be 2 yellows, but the penalty was a horrible call. Wait, so they didn't have VAR for this or what?
FA Cup, they
VAR
don't use
wasn't
VAR
available for the FA
because
Cup
they
games.
want to keep it like, because it's like such a historic thing. They want to, like, stick to throwback routines,
Yeah.
so they don't use technology. Which
Wow.
is funny to me because it puts fucking referees on blast. And by the way, like, across the whole weekend, the FA Cup games, I saw some comedic offside goals, man. Like, these guys clearly depend so heavily on VAR. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, and thing is, like Wasim said, VAR is all about supporting the referees. It's not about, okay, again, like you can't be like, oh, the referee looked at the TV and he made a decision wrong. Fuck VAR. No, it's the referee. Period.
Still using it, yeah.
It's always the human beings using it, and we've always said that. So at the end of the day, FA Cup, what is this tradition bullshit? That you don't want to use technology.
Give it
Technology is gonna be here no matter what. You better fucking keep up. And look at La Liga, by the way. Still, I will still hold on. La Liga has one of the best systems, even though they have shit referees. They still have a better system than the Premier League. And Premier League
100%.
are 2 times bigger, or maybe even 5 times bigger than La Liga. So
Like
actually
I'll always
figure it
say,
out.
VAR for me solved the offside situations.
yeah.
But these refs are just comedian when it comes to like calling stuff on the VAR or like supporting, because people still don't know like, oh, we'll interrupt if maybe it's an obvious mistake. Like what?
Yeah.
If it's a mistake, it's a mistake.
Yeah, if you're hesitant, just go. Just go see the TV. I don't get why that's such a crazy thing to do. Give them the
They're
option.
gonna waste time, as if they don't waste enough time.
Oh, brother, you see that +9s, +12s happening
Legit.
every half,
The
so
World Cup times.
it doesn't really matter. But on good news, Barcelona, Real Madrid played today. Barcelona won obviously 5-2. I say obviously a lot. I noticed that. But we won 5-2 today with a red card with Chesney. Listen, I did not expect this, especially for us to be a half winning 4-1. Mbappe scoring in the beginning really scared me, thinking that, you know what, Mbappe's gonna get his revenge. Mbappe's gonna get his hat trick. He's gonna fucking celebrate like a bitch that he is, and it's gonna be a horrible night. But clearly, there's a big Real Madrid defensive issue, and I'm gonna point out the biggest two, which is, you know, an issue they've been having the last few seasons, which is the right back and the left back position. Mendy is dog shit, like complete genuine dog shit, and Vasquez is unbelievably dog shit. Those two, I don't have to say anything else. Those are the words I can say, and you know what I'm talking about. Because defensively, Vasquez especially, always out of position, never really close to his winger. Like for today's goal, Rafinha's header, that was
Yes.
such horrible defending. And Tchouaméni, you know what? I'll give him a pass. He's not a centre back, but to get bullied like that, and the Yamal goal, you know, I blame Rudiger. And again, this is where Lewandowski thrives. And I'm not the biggest Lewandowski fan. I've kind of made it obvious. But Lewandowski, when he's able to drop back, touch the ball, give the ball to the wingers, that's where he's actually best at right now. I saw this Coleman interview recently where Coleman talked about the difference between
I saw that.
Lewandowski and
Ferdinand.
Kane, yeah. And he said Kane would bring in the wingers more, and Lewandowski was more of a killer. He would want to score. But I don't think Lewandowski has that in his, you know, repertoire anymore. So he's going off of playmaking now, which is fine because he's a pretty good playmaker. So when he drops back and gives the ball to Yamal, gives the ball to Rafinha, I love it. This is where Lua kills it. Yamal today, when he scored the goal, the first goal, we'll talk about it, and you know him going from Rudiger getting out of place because Lua kind of dropped off, and I guess Rudiger's instructions was to be closer to Lua, to be man marking him. So it gave the room to Yamal to kind of go at Tchouaméni, and a little fake and an amazing finish to the bottom right corner. So, you know, the first thing I noticed was Real Madrid defensive liability, and when you have such a defensive liability, you actually cannot do anything offensively. We saw that with Bellingham. Vinicius was really off today. You know, everyone was off today, except when they scored the goal, Rodrigo and Mbappe. So it was crazy, man. I did not expect this.
The thing is, Ziad, like, I know you're pointing out Vasquez and what's his name, Mendy,
Yeah.
and obviously they are like
Yeah.
humongous liabilities. They've been horrible since the day they signed, or like since Vasquez, ever since he moved to right back, he's been horrible.
Yeah.
Maybe attacking wise, he was a bit better when he was younger. but
Yeah.
He's trash. But man, honestly, Tchouaméni, people want to act like he's some like revelation, putting him in center back since like the end of last season. I think Ancelotti tried it.
Yeah.
It never worked. He had one good game, and then like they started putting out like propaganda of, oh, Tchouameni's been using this like 360 VR thing that he's been like, improving his game on. It's hilarious because every time I see Tchouameni play center back, he looks so lost. And again today, honestly, Ziad, I blame him. I'm gonna blame him alone for the goal.
Which one?
Like the Rafinha header. But
Yeah,
where
yeah.
are you standing? No man's land, by the way.
I know.
He was trying to hold an offside line, but at the same time, he's trying to drop back. Vasquez is a comedian. Like, how is that gap between you and your center back so humongous? What is that? There's like a whole fucking acreage of space between you two.
That was crazy.
And then Rudiger for the Lewandowski goal. Like, yo, I know that was like 7 or 8 minutes in, but at that point, Lewandowski had already dropped a couple times. So
Yeah.
you know what he's gonna do. You know what his game play for the game plan for the day is.
Yeah.
He's gonna let his wingers run who have pace, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, and he's gonna drop. So stick to him. Yo, honestly, people don't talk about Rudiger, but he's
been shit.
Reverted back to the shit Rudiger.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of time at Chelsea.
You know why? Because to me, he has low IQ. Like, he doesn't have the
agree.
high IQ, but
He's
he's dog and he's physical. So
Yeah.
you become a good defender like that.
But yo, Lamine Yamal's goal, holy fuck, that was messy.
Right? That was
That
messy. That was genuinely
The
messy.
little stutter, the little fake, the little touch.
By the way,
and
this
the
kid,
pass.
this
He
kid,
passed into the net, by the way.
I know, but this kid, by the way, is actually disgustingly scary because I see the improvement. I see the dribbling getting better. I see his shot getting better. I see his ability to know when to cut in and to fake it a little bit. Yo, like, I'm scared. I'm scared when he's 20, 21. What the hell is he going to do? And by the way, listen, I'm the biggest Messi fan you'll ever know, and I defend Messi to the heart. But Messi was not like this at this age. He was not nowhere close to this. This is like, almost like tweaked out Messi at that age. Like, all the fundamentals, it's already ingrained in him. And man, I don't know. I don't want to go ahead and like jump on anything.
Arguably, though, as much as it is, I think also the level of players that Messi had to go against when he was at this age was a lot tougher than what it is now.
That's fair, but like, yo, Lamine Yamal's IQ is actually nuts for this age. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Like,
I don't get it.
Sense. If he was performing at the level that Ansu Fati was performing at when he first came in, I'll be like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
But this is like, Lamine Yamal's like the rate he's improving at is actually insane.
It's
like,
the overall game.
You know what Salah always exactly.
Yeah.
You know what Salah always say he improves like one thing per season, like his playmaking or his finishing, whatever.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal's picking up things by week.
Yeah, and
He's like a gifted kid in school. He just like picks shit up quickly. It's fucked up.
yeah.
But yo, Gavi, by the way, has been buzzing. You know what's funny? Like, after who did Gavi score? He scored last game, right? Against Bilbao.
Bilbao, yeah.
And it's funny because like when I was watching the highlights of that game, I was like, man, like he's not a player I want to like. I'll be completely honest. I fucking
Yeah.
hate that.
Of course, you have to hit him because he's not on your team.
Yeah, but man, this guy is a mix of like fucking being a workhorse, but also like technical. as
Technical,
fuck
man.
on the ball.
Yeah.
And he knows when to get into the box, when to hold. Like he got the penalty today. He was in the box.
Yeah.
And who gave that pass, the through ball, for the 5th goal? Was it Casado?
The 5th goal, Rafinha, right? Casado.
Rafinha scored it.
Yeah, Casado gave the through ball. Yeah.
Fucking through ball.
Casado is nice,
Also,
man.
Ziad, like this is what we've been saying all year so far. By the way, like this was a well-coached team versus a fucking team that was lost.
Yeah, so when you said about the Rudiger thing, here's the thing. You said that Rudiger shouldn't have gone to Lewandowski. And yes, I agree with you, Rudiger is to blame. But yo, at the end of the day, I blame management. I'm sure they told him to do that. I don't think Rudiger is going to go out of his way just to do that. I'm sure that was an instruction. And I know what you mean. Like, he should like be thinking to himself, like, and not do stuff. But, you know, we've seen plays in the past where they have instructions and they don't let off until the end of the game and the game is done. So I guess some players just don't not listen to the managers, even though it's going wrong.
But like my thing is, if you're gonna stick to him, then stick to him. Don't like,
hesitant.
When you hesitate and you're like, should I go? Should I not go? That's what that was. It was like, man, he's like, fuck. I know there's so much space behind me, but yo, I need to close in on him. But he did neither. Yeah,
no, it's actually really bad overall. Valverde, I'll give him a shout out. I still think he was not too bad. He's a complete workhorse. But it seems like Barcelona are struggling with this thing where we don't do very well against every other team lately. But Real Madrid.
I was gonna say you guys show up against the Madrid. Against the Madrid.
And
the thing is, you guys had your Dubai moment because you guys came like beating after like them small break.
Yeah.
Because like you ended the break before like on two losses like Leganes and Atletico.
Yeah.
But you guys are cooking. And then Madrid, honestly, they've been on a good run, but I don't know. I don't watch them enough, but it feels like oh, let's just wait for maybe the superstar to like
Yeah,
pop
you're right.
off.
So
It's
that's
not
let's
like
not be-
I don't. It's just like, oh, let's see if maybe Bellingham or Mbappe can pop off this game, or in
Mhm.
Vinicius, and maybe we'll win. It's like they can outscore teams, but it's like I don't feel like they're well coached when it comes to like defending.
that's the biggest issue they have with him right now is that they rely too much on the counter and the pace of Mbappe Vinicius. And again, if you play a decent team that has a good setup, you're gonna get killed. And again, Barcelona have not been the best. Like for them to come into this game and honestly absolutely dominate, like I didn't
Wipe
feel
the floor.
like even when we got the red, I was like, is this it? Is this like the thing that I was scared by the way. When they got the red, I'm like, okay, now they're gonna go all attack. But yo, I felt nothing. Like I was genuinely on the side. I'm like, oh, it's 5-2. It's okay. We're chilling. So they have problems being able to create chances outside of just like hoof it up to Mbappe and Vinicius. And Ancelotti, respect to you, a legend for the game. But it's over, man. I don't think he's a tactical manager to get stuff out of this team. And clearly, the team needs a lot of tactical tweaks because they're not as good as they used to be. And yes, you have a great offensive team, but when you have such bad defense, you have to be able to like cover or support it in a way where those superstars up front are able to play together. Or if not, you might have to drop someone and still play Valverde over Rodrigo. And I don't think Rodrigo's at fault, but just for pressing, just for tactical tweaks, you might have to switch that out.
The
I do
thing
think
is,
it's Ancelotti's last season. If
Yeah.
they sack him or if they keep him till
it
the
better
end,
be.
but it's
I
probably
think
last.
they'll keep him.
If because Xavi Alonso's most likely waiting for the job.
Yeah. The
But
Oh,
thing is,
overall, on a mini rant, can these games like just stay in Spain? Why do I have to watch them in Saudi?
yeah, yeah.
money,
So they
money,
have a new fucking,
money, man.
country.
Money talks. Money will never lose.
I'm
Unfortunately,
like, yo, we're splurging money, like the Super Cup of Italy in
yep,
Saudi, the Spanish. Yo, what's going? Luckily, England have escaped yet. I'll
yeah.
rant about.
I mean, England is still.
England's never gonna have it. England's such a fucking. England's just hyped up. Look at the fans. It's so dead.
Yeah, but it's nice. Even Community Shield. Think about the atmosphere there. I still think it's a nice atmosphere. Like you can still clearly feel English. Like I don't know. It feels
Yo,
more English.
the day if those games do not happen at Wembley, yo, the FA sold out.
Legit. Yeah, yeah. This whole. The thing is, I don't know. Community Shield, like, it has that feel where it's to me, it's honestly just like it's such a preseason game. Like anytime I watch Chelsea in it, it was just like, I don't. It's funny because you can tell the players are not even fit yet.
Yeah.
They just everyone looks tired and stuff. I never take it seriously. Which is
I
why
just usually watch it for the sake. Oh, I'm like, you know what? It's most likely his first starting 11 that's gonna start in the league is gonna
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I'm not. But I was talking about more about like it just feels right to be England. Like it's like just a
Oh, yeah, I
feeling.
agree.
It's just a feeling.
yeah, yeah.
And like even when we had the Spanish Super Cup finals, like I really enjoyed when I felt like it just feels Spanish. I don't know, like the atmosphere, the crowd. There's
Yeah, it makes
clear
sense.
difference between who's who. It just feels different. And like what Sim said, listen, we blame Pique. Pique is the one that organized all this. Pique is the one, to facilitate the Saudi Arabia and Spain, and he started all this. So I blame Pique to go after the money. But again,
I was gonna
La
say,
Liga.
Listen, he sounds like a good businessman. At this point, I'll take him as a director of football. He might be able to sell and buy players.
Great businessman. And honestly, listen, at the end of the day, we don't know what. I know La Liga is actually not doing the best in terms of money. They don't actually rack up money like Premier League. Premier League is a different game. It's a different money. It's different business. That's why I don't think England needs to go to Saudi because they make so much money already. I just think Spain lacks that amount of money that coming. Marketing. I've always said marketing.
Like,
And-
don't you see all over the place? Everyone's playing fantasy Premier League. Everyone's always
Yeah.
talking about the
I feel
Premier
like
League.
it's, but also I feel like we talked about it before. I feel like prize money is also like a big factor.
Yeah, but see, where does the
Like,
prize
the
money
small
come from?
Teams in England can like spend money.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
but Wasim, that money exists because of the marketing in England. Like everything, like soccer, for some reason, when you think about it, honestly, it's just you think Premier League.
but no,
No,
you.
no, but like the prize money at one point, like when Sevilla protested and everything, like most of the prize money, 70% of it goes to Barca and Real Madrid. At least it's like more divided in the Premier League.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
never before like, oh, it's like, oh, the top six only take the money. It's like was more like well rounded.
But you know what? Also, I think English, like speaking, can be really helpful because you're going across more demographics. But in general, come on, like if I look at the table of Premier League, right, from a non-biased point of view, man, I see a lot of good teams, right? And compared to like La Liga, I see a handful. And I'm not saying good teams as in terms of like tactical fucking teams or like them being playing better football, but they win more games. They're the team together. You'll see superstars here and there. You'll see some players that are like shining here and there in the teams, but I feel like La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, it just doesn't feel as competitive, or it doesn't feel like there's many teams that are fun to watch. To be honest.
I feel like La Liga should have capitalized when they didn't capitalize when Messi and Ronaldo because honestly a lot of eyes were on La Liga at that time, but
Yeah.
like the marketing wise was like mid at that point, and not a lot of teams like I think were like up to that lot like to like compete or like make a change, because it was always about like Madrid and Barca kind of.
Exactly. So that's where they fucked up with what Wasim said, saying that the money does not get disturbed to everyone. Like it only goes to Barcelona, Real Madrid, and now Atletico Madrid. By the way, now they're part of the prize pool. But if not before, thing is, here's the issue. I can say, oh, you should have give the money to everyone, but we don't know what these conversations that are happening between the league and Real Madrid and Barcelona, who honestly fucking control and monopolize this league. So La Liga shows they're weak because they couldn't put their foot down and say, you know what, we're going to give money to everyone. Because, in my opinion, if you make Real Betis better, if you make Espanyol, Sevilla better, then you make actually Barcelona, Real Madrid better in terms of being able to get more money, because money is coming into the league. So
Yeah.
I don't think they thought about it that way. They only thought about Messi against Ronaldo, El Clasico, the superstars. Like, dude, think about the other fucking teams in the league. For example, NBA. NBA have a billion. Everyone across the board it has a good amount of fan base. Typically, usually is like given good amount of money if they finish well. So you have to reward them, and them making Champions League and getting 2 million. What do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna get fucked. They're not gonna compete in the Champions League. They're gonna go down to all the way to 10th, and you're never gonna see them again. You know.
Because yeah, like at least in the NBA, if like you're tanking, at least you can tank and maybe get a draft pick, and maybe that will
Yeah.
save you in the future. But like, if you're not getting no money, you're just gonna exist in the league,
Yeah.
if not
The
get
thing-
relegated.
The thing is with La Liga or like Premier League, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure, of course, Premier League already get more money to distribute because of the TV rights and like how much they get to air.
Yeah.
But with La Liga, I mean, it would make sense. It does make, honestly, it makes a lot of sense to me that Madrid and Barcelona get the most,
Yeah.
because there are the only two relevant teams in Spain, and they probably bring in the most revenue. So they're like, you know what? Let's just keep letting them strengthen, because they're the ones who bring the attraction to the La Liga. Versus if you distribute the money evenly,
Yeah.
are you really gonna see teams like, I don't know, Levante?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. You name a random team actually attract any players. At the end of the day, they won't really do much with that money, apart
Yeah.
from maybe like give their existing players a salary increase. But
Yeah.
would they bring attraction to the league? I don't think so. But Barcelona, Madrid guarantee you that.
They're guaranteed, yeah. But I was thinking about more the quality of the whole league. But I know what you mean. It's hard to do that. We don't know what the internal conversations were like for us to really know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Barcelona 5-2 against Real Madrid. Humongous win and our first trophy of the season. I'm hoping La Liga comes with it, and Real Madrid kind of fall off from here a little bit and drop some points. So we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
You have to worry about Atletico Madrid. They won again today.
I know. I think 13th win in a row now, or 16th, and it's a club record for them, winning in a row.
Respect.
But next topic is I just wanted to do predictions for the upcoming games, but I think before we do that, we had predictions from last week. Even though Arsenal and Newcastle already happened, did we talk about that? I don't remember.
No. This was even that was 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes. Okay, yeah, then I'm wrong. Okay. Do you guys want to do the City game? They're playing Brentford away.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could do the predictions for that. Brentford City.
4-2 City.
Sheesh, they're back.
They're back.
Okay, Wasim.
I'm gonna be absolutely hipster.
And Biome hat trick. Oi.
I was about to say 2-1 Brentford, but let me say 2-2.
I'm gonna say 3-1.
Because I know Brentford can defend. That's the thing.
I'm gonna say 3-1 City. 3-1 City. Wow, Chelsea, Bournemouth. Chelsea at home.
2-0.
Yeah, I'm
Clean.
gonna go 3-0. Listen, Bournemouth don't have any strikers.
They do not have strikers. Bournemouth. Like I know they're good, but it's away,
Yeah.
and Chelsea will have some shame in those kind
And
of
by the
games.
way, Lavia and James are back. Chelsea are back. Don't worry. 3-0.
3-0. I'm gonna say 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Okay. One of the, I mean, surprisingly, one of the biggest games in the weekend, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool.
Liverpool. I'm
One
gonna go.
nothing Nottingham.
I'm going 0-0.
0-0. Mo. What'd you say?
1-0 Atlanta.
Damn.
Hey.
Damn. I'm gonna say 1-1. It's gonna be
You're gonna
tough.
see those hipster choices with 0 results being correct by me. Don't worry.
Watch Liverpool demolish them. I mean, Salah, just 1 goal. I mean, wait. Actually, good question. What are you guys doing with the captaincy?
I'm definitely not putting on Salah. Definitely not putting on
I
Salah.
haven't thought about it yet, but I'll have to think about it tomorrow night when I roll from side to side in bed.
It's definitely not on Salah.
I can't tell if Nomnom's trolling and saying definitely
wallah,
not,
like,
so
I'm
he
saying,
puts
wallah.
him.
No, wallah, I'm telling you right now. I've known this since I saw this picture like last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
It's definitely not on Salah.
I use free hits, so I have to remember and see what my team actually is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your regular team.
You had a new team.
Listen, Ziad, me and Salah spoke. He came to my office, we sat down, and I told him it's not something personal, but it's for my points.
He's not scoring?
Yeah, he's not scoring, inshallah.
Khalas, I believe
It's
you.
safer to put it on Palmer. I might put it on Palmer.
I don't know if it's even to put on Palmer. I'm thinking Isaac, to be honest.
Let's see. I mean, Newcastle Wolves. Actually, no. Fuck it. Arsenal Tottenham, 3 p.m. The biggest game of the weekend. Arsenal at home. A lot of injuries, by the way. Holy shit.
The funny thing is, even my prediction, if I just want to go with my heart, it's not even a good prediction. So do I just go to maybe get the prediction right and just go for the loss?
I say go prediction right.
Wassim. I know you guys have injuries, but they're khara and they have injuries.
And away from home, by the
Here's
way.
the thing. The funny thing is, I'll just say my actual prediction, which is like, what hopefully it is 1-1. But you're going with like, you know with you know who's gonna be the striker for this game. You just wished death threats for his fiance, which is hilarious, by the way. It's not that deep, by the way. If people have to go that far, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a good conversation. If you're a loser going out of your way to DM a wife or a mom or you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry.
But
that's crazy.
Like on top of that, like you spend now making like 10, 20 different compilation videos now of him getting cussed at. Now, by the way, that's why I don't like as much. Like sometimes I hate like confidence players. But now he knows he dropped a disaster.
Yeah.
He knows now people up his ass. He's getting death threats there and there. His wife is being wished upon for miscarriage. Now you're gonna have to pray that he's gonna drop it. Like
what a great fan base.
And finish it.
What a great fan base, man. Like what supportive fans. I've always hated that.
My issue is not with defense for Arsenal. So like it's an issue with are we gonna score goals?
Yeah.
So I'll just say 1-1.
What team? It's Spurs.
As long as we don't wear those white jerseys, because
it's cursed.
I think the stabbing rates in England, in London, went up every time Arsenal wears these jerseys. I don't think we win with these jerseys. We wear them every FA Cup game, and I swear we almost lose all of them.
Yeah, I remember one against Liverpool too, actually.
Damn. So I mean, first of all, when I look at both teams, holy shit, the amount of injuries is disgusting. But
I think the thing is, I think a lot of their better players are available.
Yeah.
But they're honestly very mid. We're gonna get We're still gonna get chances. Are we gonna finish them? That's the whole story. But I'm just gonna say 1-1.
Okay.
I don't want to get depressed again for my club.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Ziad, do your prediction.
So Wasim saying 1-1.
A generous 1-1. Asterisk.
Honestly, I'm gonna still say 2-1 Arsenal. To be honest.
Yeah.
I still believe in the team. The finishing has been dog shit, but the ball has to go into the net at one point.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Spurs.
Oh my lord, that'd be
Inshallah behind it.
That'd be a fucking disaster.
The funny thing is, you could see it. I can't argue with it because I was gonna say 2-1 to be honest.
Listen, if I see Jorginho in that midfield with Moreno and Rice or Partey, like you are asking the least athletic players in the league to play transition game against
Jorginho is somehow in the starting 11 after he played like 100 and like almost 120 million. By the way,
He cramped
Someone at
up.
the club should be fined. That's like senior abuse.
I don't even know how he lost at 120. Wassim, you know he was gonna last the whole game because I assume he was chosen to take a penalty, but he cramped up.
The funny thing is, in hindsight, I was like, why didn't Jorginho take the Odegaard penalty? But I was like, you know what? Odegaard, that was his first penalty, missed his entire career.
Yeah.
Havertz, like,
Okay.
later missed this first penalty in Arsenal.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
I don't think he even missed the penalty in Chelsea. That was,
No,
like,
he
his
didn't.
first one in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? In hindsight, maybe Jorginho would have missed two at this point.
Legit. Yeah. It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, clearly it was an off night for them, but yeah, I mean, good predictions.
Wait, Zeiad, go over the predictions from last time when we did these games.
What games?
We need a full
No.
because yeah, he keeps losing them.
No, we didn't do the games before. You talking
We
about?
did.
I don't think we. The thing is, I swear we might have
We
predicted some
predicted
of
after
the games, but I
Newcastle?
could be very wrong.
Yeah, we predicted after Newcastle. We predicted like these rounds.
Oh, yeah, I didn't write that down.
Yeah. Someone sags yet.
I didn't write that. No, because I think we predicted 2 games, right?
Yeah, we did Spurs. I mean, we did
Arsenal.
United, and we did.
No,
Barca,
no,
Spurs,
we
Barca.
didn't. We didn't do Barca though because remember Real Madrid didn't play. We didn't do predictions. Trust
Oh.
me, because I didn't do it because I was like Real Madrid. I was gonna do only Arsenal. Maybe we did Arsenal United, but I don't remember.
No, I don't think we ended up doing it then. Actually.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, but Real Madrid didn't play Mallorca yet, so I don't have a finals. We only had the Arsenal game to go off of.
What are
But
we paying you for?
you're paying me?
Wait, that's the end of the predictions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me go on a quick rant here. The privilege of some people wanting a manager sacked, by the way, for finishing back-to-back seconds.
Wait,
And right now, currently,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
its position, currently, he's second, by the way. And by the way, it's not like, oh, we're Real Madrid and like, oh, we won like 3 league titles in a row. Oh my God, we finished 2 seconds twice in a row. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
We haven't won a trophy in like 21 years, by the way. The privilege of, by the way, people get disgusted by Arteta ball, but want Allegri ball.
Oh
Or
my
like,
god.
oh, get me
Like
Zidane.
relevant?
But and then oh, get me Zidane.
Oh my
again,
god.
we want Zidane, who had Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale, Modric, Kroos in their prime with Casemiro behind them. Yeah, okay.
And a nice
Our
B team.
level of players.
And a B team that was
Yeah.
like an A team. by the way.
Yeah.
So, for me, you can improve the squad, but right now, I don't think you can give me any single manager with this Arsenal squad that's fit right now. That any manager will do any better. It's just as it is.
Yeah. I agreed not to fire him.
People can like abuse Arteta for transfers, and some of his transfers have been wrong. But my God, some people are deluded.
But again,
And-
honestly,
And some abuse that he gets for press conferences. It's so funny how fans have been shitting on players, and they want the managers to
Yeah,
shit on
to
them
shit on
too.
him. Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna tell you? Oh, my forward line just dropped stinkers. Our supposed striker, who's the only fit striker right now, because Jesus at that point got stretchered out. Oh, let me shit on him when I know he's gonna play our next game in like 2 days. Yeah. We need a striker. People are deluded, by the way. This is not how like
Management
interviews work.
or management.
but what's it called? I mean, I still do say obviously if he finishes outside of top 4, I don't think he belongs in the club. Like
I know, but I was still that's the only thing I would have said Arteta out if we don't manage top 4.
yeah.
That's the only thing. But I was like, but again, we'll see. But no, the people are getting their clicks. They're back.
Because
Yeah, he's back in full flow.
Arsenal fans think they're bigger than they are, and that's like, I don't know if that's actually normal, to be honest. But Arsenal's the only club that doesn't win that think they're the top club.
Yeah, exactly. The
but-
fans talk like they have some sort of privilege. Like, yo, this whole new generation of fans, you've never seen your club lift a trophy, by the way. You haven't.
It's
So we
progression,
talk-
man. It's progression. If you're getting
Here's the
better,
thing. I'm on the positive side of Twitter, but I hate half of my fan base.
And I'm
I
sup-
know,
and
the
I'm
fan base is
sup-
crazy.
and by the way, like I feel like a lot of these fans weren't there, like let's say 7 years ago. You were not here. You were not here 5.
Yeah.
You are not. So like
Exactly.
this is a progression. People that have watched Arsenal be in the, 6th, 7th, whatever. This is progression. This is getting better. I do see them. They got worse, but I agree with Wassim. You shouldn't want to fire
Like,
Arteta.
we got worse, but I feel it was like this season. Like the first year, we like honestly, the team wasn't ready. One Saliba injury and the whole team collapsed. Last year, we got blessed with no injuries, so like the team pretty much played at their peak. Like we literally didn't barely had to make any like, oh my god, let's switch this player out for like 2 months or something. It's like pretty consistent.
Yeah.
This year, injuries plus like a horrendous transfer window, and the team regressed because honestly, you can't you can't improve on your first 11. I feel like, especially in the Premier League when you pretty much have like top 10 improving their team at an all-time level. And right now, when you look at the top goal scorer in the Premier League list, you don't see Arsenal a single Arsenal player. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a second with not like one single goal scoring person on this team.
Yeah.
Which like even like like Brentford has Mbuemo there. It's like we don't even have like one player on the goal scoring list. The team is like crying out for a striker. Now it's crying out for a left winger. Can we somehow manage to replace Xhaka?
Oh my god.
3 years
And
later,
give
by the
me-
way.
and give me a freaking sub right winger. It's nasty how the team regrets just from like no improvements on the team. Now we like Num said like I think an episode ago. Now you need like 6 players.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's the biggest issue.
Honestly, I hope Arsenal go for someone like Mbuemo, man. I really hope so.
That'd be a good one. What's fun?
Apparently we're broke. Don't get me started.
What's funny is that we said we want to keep this to a 30-minute episode, and it's almost 50 minutes. We do yap a lot, but again, it's the love of the game. So
They haven't seen us yet before a few years ago.
Oh my! Yeah, I swear to God, if only he has caught our conversation on the bus. If only, if we fucking lose brain cells talking about Pep and Mourinho. If you know, you know. But what we'll do is we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna upload these 2 separate episodes. If you want to check it out on YouTube, or you can even check it out on Spotify. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, please, and thank you. That would help us a long way. Also, I'm gonna be uploading these on Twitter, so I'm gonna try to upload each one segment fully on Twitter. So if you're a Twitter user, this will be just easier for you. And if you can like, comment, that would be really helpful too. So we'll leave it at that, and yeah, peace.
Peace out.